In question 5, a statistics question, we have to look at a statistical sampling strategy for a telephone directory of 50,000 names. In part A, we have to explain how one should take a systematic sample of 100 people from the 50,000. To begin with, we have to construct a sampling frame. This sampling frame could very well just be the directory itself, which is an ordered list of all the names in the telephone directory. This list in hopefully will be in a random order, although it is likely to be in alphabetical order to begin with, which is not ideal, but will serve. Once a sampling frame is created, we have to work out how often we are selecting our candidates, which will be 50,000 divided by 100, the sample size, meaning we select a candidate once every 500 names. The final detail is that we have to take a random value between 1 and 500 in order to start our systematic sample at a random location. We can use a random number generator to make this value. We then choose every 500th person in the directory or sampling frame. In part B, we have to give one advantage and one disadvantage of a quota sample and a systematic sampling system. We can find these advantages and disadvantages in the stats book, but to give you a few options, the advantage of a quota sample is that it's very easy to conduct representative sample, especially with small sample sizes, and it's cheap because there's no necessary sampling frame to create, which cuts down on the legwork. Possible disadvantages include not being able to estimate sampling errors due to a lack of randomness and potential bias on the judgment of the interviewer who selects who makes it into the sample. Systematic samples can be described as simple or easy to conduct, and it is also suitable for very large samples.